Welcome here to another edition of Columbia Cougars Coaches Show, talking with head coach of the Lady Cougar basketball squad, Mr. Mike Davis. Coach, welcome. How are you?
Hey, Cosmo. Doing well.
Doing well. Here we go. 13-7 on the year. You won, I think it's 5 of your last 7 ball games, if the number that I have is correct, and 3-1 in conference play. We'll start with the AMC conference again. Is that first game you had with Park? You could almost tell immediately. I was talking with Rod Kelly, the play-by-play man for you guys after that game. You're like, well, conference season is here. I think we talked about it in our last episode here how hard fought that game was. A lot of trips to the free throw line for both squads, and it's a whole nother level when you get into that AMC conference.
Whenever you are familiar with your opponent, there's a different level of competition. Not wanting to lose to them, not wanting that other team to get the best of you. And, we play every team twice. If you see them in the postseason, you'll play them up to 3 times during the year. So, again, whenever you know your opponent, there's a different level of competition that goes into it.
Yeah, wins over Park, and then you had the win at Stevens College here in Columbia as well, the longest road trip of your season as you get ready for the real long road trip coming up with Williams Baptist, and we'll talk more about that. But then a chance to play in the new gym at Missouri Baptist. Take us through that facility a little bit and the win there for your girls in that ball game.
Well, for our fans who have never been to the old Missouri Baptist gym, in reality, I love the old place. It was an old-time, low-ceiling, tight walls. It took about 10 people to have a huge, noisy crowd in the place. Great shooting background, but I'm sure it had its difficulty for them in recruiting and things like that. Facilities around it, locker rooms and things were really tough situations. Directly behind it, they have just finished a brand new facility, beautiful building, very nice gym, beautiful atrium you walk into it, great locker rooms for everyone. So very nice facility to play in. I'm sure it will be a big improvement for them.
And you guys took that first trip, and a bunch of Cougar fans went along as well on the bus trip, and you guys came away. Heather English once again having a fantastic season for you in her sophomore campaign, and a big W there at Missouri Baptist.
Well, we did have a great crowd there. The school took a group of boosters in, and they stopped and ate, got in for our game, stayed for the men's game, so they had a full day of Cougar basketball. Got to see 2 wins, so that was great. As far as the game goes, started off, it was kind of anybody's game, and about halfway through the first half, Heather English really had a great about 5 to 6 minute burst, and really got us up by 7 or 8. I think at halftime we were up 14 or so, and kind of kept it from there to 20 or so most of the rest of the ball game. We had a little bit of a lull. We were up a little bit more than that, had a little bit of a lull with 7 or 8 minutes left in the game. And in kind of watching this team right now, I think that's the time period we really have to watch. The first half, I think we really fight through in a good way. The second half, that first 10 minutes, and then right after that 10-minute mark is kind of a time that I think we're having a little bit of a lull, whether it's physical, mental, or whatever else. But had a little bit of a lull there, but got back going. But our William Woods game, it was kind of the same thing after that 10-minute mark in the second half. And I think that's something we've got to really acknowledge and fight through right now.
That's you took my next segue right out of my mind. I'm thinking back to that game here at the Southwell Complex against William Woods. It didn't help that they hit every single three-pointer on the planet. Both teams were really shooting the three very well in that ball game, and again, it goes back to that, obviously a rivalry, and that was a battle back and forth, and there was that mark and that point in that second half where they kind of took that little extra momentum and took the win from you here on your home court.
You were talking about making shots. Part of how we're playing defense now, we're making teams take threes, but I think there's a difference, and we have a terminology. It's not you let the opponent shoot a 3, it's you make them shoot a 3. And there's a big difference in those two. William Woods, heck, they deserve the credit. They made shots, knocked them down, and some people that we really wanted shooting the ball that made shots for them. So, when that happens, that's their night.
Right. And again, as you mentioned, with the fact that you have the shorter bench, you can't have, it'll be longer than that 10-minute stretch with a lot of tired legs, especially as we've talked about before with the Thursday-Saturday scheduling situation. You kind of force them to the outside, and they shoot that 3 ball, and your defense gets a chance to not necessarily rest, but not expend as much energy, if you will.
Well, but it's not only energy. We're not putting ourselves in those one-on-one situations where you're forced into a foul, and then all of a sudden your bench becomes even shorter. But our girls have done a great job with it. I think we've played with really good energy. I think we've really started to understand how we have to play and do things, and we're still improving. I think that's the nice thing as a coach that I'm the happiest about right now. We haven't reached a spot where, okay, this is as good as we can be. even with the short bench or whatever else, this team is still improving, and I think we can still be better in another month than we are even now.
And you look at the way the AMC conference is lining up, it's really anybody's conference to win at this point. Harris Stowe is undefeated at 4-0, and then you and Woods sitting at 3-1. We'll preview some of the upcoming games. The long road trip to Arkansas for Williams Baptist is next up on the schedule for the Cougars this week, and plus a home weekend date. We'll talk a little bit about the upcoming schedule and more with the Coach Davis of the Lady Cougars, ColumbiaCougars.com for more of the schedule or your chance to come out to Southwell and check out the Cougar basketball teams in action in the AMC conference. We'll be back after this. More with the coach on ColumbiaCougars.com and Mediacom Channel 22.